Oh, great. A booger came out when I did that. Dang it. Hang on. I started a new intro and I still haven't remembered it because I've been saying an old intro for like a year and a half.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast, Eat My Ass. Oh, sorry, that's not right.
You appropriated my tagline. Okay, now I got to come up with another one.
That's how Lathan
That's the one I was going to use.
That's right.
So late. Welcome to GNC. Would you like to eat my ass today?
Yeah, and she'll notice it too.
It's magically delicious.
Oh, you know, I have been on a cereal kick for the last couple of weeks. It's been weird, and Lucky Charms is quite magically delicious. I wanted a bowl last night and went to get some. So thanks, Art.
I don't know if I've just hit that age, but like, I love the Raisin Bran with the little cluster shits in them. Like, I had that for dinner the other night, and it hit right.
And that's really the whitest thing I've ever heard you say.
I've had a few cluster shits. Hey, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, where we try to broaden perspectives, but usually end up going off the rails. In today's episode, we have Arthur back to co-host. Woo! He's got a different thing going on his face. There you go. Shaved it off, everybody. And today's guest is Lathan. Lathan Hall is a powerlifter, a competitive powerlifter.
Nice. Oh, beautiful.
I feel that. I hope that never happens to me, but I get it.
Let's go.
I don't know. I'm going off this thing. I'm very impressed with the size of his arms right now. It's like
It's the camera angle. I swear to God, it's all camera angle.
So, you know what? Let's sit back, buckle up. Let's go. Too hard, too fast. Boom.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back
to Too Hard,
Too Fast.
Anything that rolls downhill, man.
I mean, old habits die hard, right?
It's the podcast by the people, for the people.
Well, I'm going too hard, too fast.
We are double fisted on that ass.
Only here, too hard, too fast. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, getting all up in that ass.
Dang, usually have a thing for that, but that was good.
So welcome everyone to Too Hard, Too Fast podcast.
That's right. Where we go off the rails and George has to worry about it. So here we go.
For the podcast of the century.
Cheers. All right, Lathan, let's pull back the curtains a little bit and.
Oh.
No, I mean like this.
He's talking about your meat curtains.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that on Spotify no more.
I know. No, you and Arthur are friends. I known Arthur for a while, but you guys have known each other for a lot longer. How long have you guys known each other?
It's actually been about 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2014.
Yeah, we were working at the mall, and this is all started literally over a conversation about Earl Campbell jersey, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
Art was working at Fans, which is completely shut down now, and I was working as a district manager for Finish Line at the time, and Fans was my getaway from everything else in the mall for a moment.
We had TVs.
And we had TVs, and I could watch Sports Center and get caught up with sports. And it was the one place. So the trick was at Finish Line is we had walkie-talkies, and regardless of where you were in the mall, there's a certain radius that those walkie-talkies still hit, and so you would try to enjoy like your break or try to grab some food real quick, and you would still hear people in the walkie-talkie. I knew fans was the cutoff. Like that little area of the mall was the cutoff. And so I would hear nothing but peace, tranquility, and sports, what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear about nobody needing the shoe size of where I was. It's none of the business at the time. And so, it started with literally coming in there talking to both Arthur and Jay. I remember Jay at the time with his huge nostalgia collection, which is growing massively, even as we sit here and speak.
Looking like Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, forever young. I swear he's a vampire, bro.
I think so.
Yeah, and so like it just started from there, and kind of he left them all, I left them all. We just stayed in contact, and our love of wrestling and nostalgia kept us going.
I wish our love of fantasy football kept us going, but
your love of fantasy football.
You have finished last for 3 years in a row. Even George is in the league now.
See, and I even tried really hard this season, and it just, this season sucks.
Actually, you can't say you tried really hard when you were doing that. What is it with the draft picks for you?
Oh yeah, the auto draft. That was once or twice. It was, to be fair, my 5-year-old had my phone, so that wasn't me.
Oh, but you know what? As bad as Lathan is, fantasy football every year. I love you, brother, but god dang, you're bad. He manages to always get at least one win a year, and it's always the same person. It's always my wife. And she's flipping me off right now in the hallway. But yeah, he always manages to squeak out that one win.
That's my true joy of every season, being undefeated against your wife. Respectfully.
We're supposed to have here in April, the USFL is kicking off. There's a team out of, I think there's a team out of Houston. It's like the Houston Gamblers or something.
Yeah, if you're living in Houston, you are gambling.
It's the everyday gamble. You just wake up and see how that's going to go this day. You might strike it big. You just might crap out.
I don't know if y'all saw, this is kind of off the rails, but that's what we do here. Florida just signed a law where financial responsibility is going to be a mandatory class for high school graduation.
Really?
Yeah.
Florida's not even financially stable.
That's why they're going to put it in school. Like, all right, here we go.
They're trying to right the wrongs real quick. Oh, that's awesome.
Corrected.
Hey, let's get to a really important question, then we'll go back off the rails. Lathan, what are you drinking?
Oh, tonight is a special occasion. I am drinking a beer that's been sitting in my fridge for the better part of 7 months. I can actually remember to the day the last time I drank it. It was my oldest daughter's birthday. She was turning 13. and and I only had one beer because I was preoccupied with everybody in my house and making sure they didn't tear up my shit. And so my brother-in-law and his awesome glory always comes through and gives me like a 6-pack of beer as like a housewarming present, or because I like to drink with him. And this time he left me with some Wandering Blonde Ale from out in Marble Falls, Texas. So,
ooh.
Wow, yeah, it's nice and light. Tastes really good so far. And yeah, I've earned this. This feels good.
You have. Yeah, you have.
You have, and we're going to talk about why you've earned that 7-month-old beer. But before we get to that, Arthur, what are you drinking?
I am going back and forth tonight between 2 different beers. So first, I have the Shiner Sea Salt and Lime and Shiner Ruby Redbird.
Oh, nice.
I found them both at my local liquor store, so I couldn't decide which one, so I got both.
Always the better choice.
Yeah, why not, right? It's not like it's going to sit in my fridge for 7 months.
All right, so I went a little too hard, too fast, and I went with some Tito's vodka today.
That's a good one.
I'm not sure if
Ooh, very
Lathan.
nice.
What's that?
That's very nice.
I'm not sure if Lathan is in the Austin area or not, but I was trying to keep it Texas.
Oh no, I'm down here in an off of Slaughter Man check the last 17 years.
There you go. There you go. I grew up,
Yeah.
I did half of my growing up in Austin because my grandparents were from Austin, so I was always there for the summers.
Perfect.
I'm always the outlier, me and South Texas.
Yeah.
Word. All the great people come from South Texas.
Wait, say that again?
I said some of the greatest people come from South Texas, like Selena.
Oh, yeah.
And Art.
Right. Oh, and that guy, too. I forgot about it.
And we'll cut it there.
Right, it's going to
Those
be
are the two that come
edited
up.
at Selena.
Yeah.
So with Tito's, I'm a little biased only because it's Austin, but staying unbiased, I haven't bought it in a long time because it's not pricey, but sometimes I am I'm usually very cheap when it comes to liquor. For beer, I like to taste different ones and I usually go higher end, but for liquor, I'm just going to mix it anyways for the most part. So I usually stay cheap, but the cheap ones have been giving me heartburn like a motherfucker. So,
man, it's rough getting old.
I know. I poured a shot. This one's for you, Lathan. Congrats on your competition, your recent competition. Here's my taste test. Cheers.
Oh, it tastes like vodka. Mm.
Ooh. Yeah. You know what though?
Did you do that hot?
I did. I usually like it in the freezer, but I just bought it. So, but like I said, I'm a vodka fan. I like whiskey and all that, but vodka, I don't know why, but I just kind of like it a lot. But
say that word again.
I don't know why, but I kind of just like it a lot.
No, what? What are you drinking?
Vodka.
Why does it sound like you're putting an R in it?
I don't know. It's my Mexican accent. I don't know. Vodka.
I mean, I'll let you say it. I was thinking the same thing.
Really?
Vodka?
I'm already drunk then.
I don't know how George manages to roll an R in the word vodka.
You didn't know that was a Spanish way of saying vodka, Art? Cultured swine.
Right? Is there like a con acento in there somewhere?
Yeah,
right?
probably the O or something. Yeah. Dude, that's fucking funny. Oh, man. I think a little bit came out of my nose on that.
Yes.
Dude, that's funny.
Just for you, George, I'm going to turn that into a t-shirt. This vodka with an R in the middle of the motherfucker.
I don't even know.
It's got to have like funny. 4 R's.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It has like a very little, you know how like vodka usually gives you that. I just heard it. I heard the R. I fucking heard it. I heard the R. I'm never gonna unhear it. Every time I say it, it's gonna like, damn it, it's there. Well, usually it gives you like a feeling, and it's not that bad. It's there. It's still there because it's still vodka, but.
I'm sad you used to have a gathering.
That's hot. The hot vodka. You gotta have it chill. At least mix it with some ice or something.
Well, I have it with cold Red Bull right here. So.
Oh, good. So you'll be up for the next 3 days. That's cool.
So let's get back into it. Let's put this back on the rails a little bit.
Refocus.
Lathan, we were just talking about your competition. We just cheers to it. So 7 months, you haven't touched that beer because you were training or what?
Yeah. So like when it comes to, I've learned over the years when I feel like doing athletic competitions that there's 2 versions of Lathan. There's Lathan that can be more relaxed and have the beers and be more freelance with like the way he decides to eat. Then there's like athletic competitive Lathan. And so when it's time to get ready for competition, like everything gets put to the side. Like I gotta understand, for me personally, when it comes to my body, like what it does for me, how it makes me feel, if it's gonna make me like more tired, more lethargic feeling, then I have to kick it out so I can be more productive about my actions throughout the day. And so I'm already limited on time anyways when it comes to just living life, but then I actually put in the responsibility to me to get ready for this competition. So that puts even more on my plate to do. So like I can't waste my time with recovering from like a hangover from drinking too much with my friends the night before, because that'll crash my workouts for the next 2 to 3 days, or and little things like that. And so usually I'll just go into like sober mode, or go dry, and then I put more emphasis on like my nutrition continuously as I get closer to the competitions and stuff. And it makes for a difference in totality about how I perform, how my body responds, and how I feel on a day-to-day basis, you know, because you want to try to be the best version of yourself on a daily basis. And if anything's going to stop you from doing that, why would you kind of do that? You know what I mean?
Hey, so let me. You're about to ask the. I was gonna,
how far
the same
out
thing.
do you turn into competitive Lathan?
About 16 weeks out. So I'll really start really slow. Like I'll start roughly about 16 weeks out, starting to wean myself off of certain habits that I'll have, because I know it's coming up close. Because I have my coaches, my lifting buddies I go to the gym with, and they're like, hey, you know, you got this many weeks. And then I'll follow other competitors on Instagram, and they'll be uploading their lifts and stuff. And they're like, oh, 6 weeks to go, 2 weeks to go. And so I can kind of track myself that way. You want to say hi? But come here.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, so Lathan, let me ask you this. Whenever you have a lifting competition come up, how far out do you know it's coming? Like, so are you looking like, okay, I just got done with this competition and I know they're going to have it again in a year, so that's what you're looking at as a time frame from point A to point B? Is that year? Or do you find other ones that you're looking at? Like, how far out do you usually know it's coming before, you know, you have to start that 16-week schedule?
The USPA, United States Powerlifting Association, they put out a soft, it's sort of like, if I had to explain it the best way, it's like a soft copy list at the beginning of the year. So January, February, March are already penciled in, lined out. Those venues are already set for USPA Texas. And so I start there, and then depending on how I can, what's the best word? Because my wife is looking at me right now. Charm my wife into doing, So one of my big meets I like to do is the one I started with was it's called the Texas State Championships, and it's always held on the second week in March, which specifically always lines up and coincides with my wife's birthday.
That's the way you get out of prison.
No, that's how whenever you get lined up for it, and when you're in peak physical condition and you come into that bedroom, you take your shirt off, be like, happy birthday.
Yeah. Oh, she loves me when I come in with the singlet. I look like Big E.
With the dance moves and everything.
Yeah.
But with the straight neck.
That's right.
Neck, right.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Get up on there. I'm like, hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Everybody has their own deadlift set up. Oh, yeah.
gonna
And
be a
so-
good day. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And so I'll set up the first meet, and then I'll basically what I'll do is I'll set up the first meet, and then I'll project my next two meets. I always want to do at least like 3 to 4 a year, just to help progress, get my numbers up, get my weight up on the international scale, and then unfortunately, the last year I got COVID, getting ready for my second meet, and that put me all the way down for the rest of the year. So the rest of the year after July 4th, I was not doing anybody's powerlifting meet. I was trying to maintain weight. So I'm right now 260. And when I got COVID with pneumonia last year, yeah, it was a motherfucker. But I dropped from 268 down to 237 in the span of like a week and a half. Yeah. Like I didn't want to eat. My taste buds were gone. I couldn't smell shit. Luckily, I had YouTube Premium to keep me sane, and a bunch of Pedialyte to keep me hydrated.
Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day because we caught it when we got back from Disney in October, and it was my second round with COVID. I had the OG COVID and then this one, and yeah, trying to explain to people how the worst part was losing taste and smell because every food became about texture.
Yeah,
like it ruins a lot of stuff that you really like because all you get is the textures. And when you start thinking about what you eat and you start thinking about the kind of textures, even down to like a pizza, you would get like doughy and then liquidy and then like
some grease.
Yeah. That was the worst part of COVID for us. But again, I'd had it already. So the worst part was losing taste and smell. So yeah, I lost between Disney and COVID, I lost like 30 pounds.
Yeah, it's rough. It is rough.
I blame COVID for the reason why I got fatter.
George went the other way on that scale.
I definitely did. And I think it's getting harder to blame on it when people are like, dude, it's getting better. Like, I know, but I'm still riding that wave.
But
Flatten the
curve. Favor is just so easy. It's just so easy.
It is. It's so convenient. And listen, this motherfucker found the weight that we lost. All right, so we'll give it back to you. You're welcome. Yeah, no, that was a fun ride. But
dude, and it's crazy that it hits you so hard when you're like how they say like you're in peak shape. If you work out, which I still believe that if you're working out and you're doing what you're supposed to do to take care of your body, more than likely you'll be okay. But for somebody that's already doing it and it hits you that hard, it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, listen, it was I think the best part about it is because I knew how my body reacts, like how my body responds to certain things, I could adjust on the fly on how I try to get back as far as recovery from COVID. So like the one main thing is, even though I didn't eat as much as I wanted to because textures with no flavors absolutely suck and it's miserable. I made sure to keep up with my vitamins, to keep up with hydration. And so like I was miserable, but like at the same time, like the turnaround was, I was back feeling almost 100% within a month of having COVID. On the physical level, it had its own mental game. It played with you a little bit too, but I dealt with that just as effectively. And feeling a lot better for it. But so I'll give you a perfect example. Going back to the original question, we got way right with that one. So projectively, last year, what I had planned to do was Texas State Championships, and based off of my totals from there, I could qualify for nationals, which was one of the rare times because of the restrictions at the time that Texas was hosting nationals, which is usually either in New York or Vegas. And so I missed my totals that I was planning to have by 20 pounds from last year's meet. And so from there, I knew that nationals was going to be held in July. There's one more meet in between March and July I sign up for that doesn't it's more convenient for me to sign up for that I can go ahead and get my numbers in and then be qualified for nationals. Just to say that I did nationals, because that's always cool in itself, especially on my first year going. And so that was when I was starting to get back into the swing of things. Some personal things popped up and I couldn't go do that. And then I was like, you know what? Nationals just isn't in it for me. I'm just going to work on my totals this year. So I helped one of my friends train and coach to get ready for nationals himself, because he qualified in the same meet. And I was going to do a meet in August and October to end that year. But what ended up happening was COVID happened and zapped all my energy out of me and my strength. So like performance wise, just getting back underneath the bar and using that respiratory system again, that was in itself hell on earth. Like, I'm used to, like, my warm up is typically for like a squat 315 at the top end, and then I started working sets, and even with 315 on my back, I would be dying of exhaustion and heavy breathing and insert colorful jokes that we'll have more fun with later on. But like, it was just getting back to just having my respiratory system fully functional. So I just chose to take the rest of the year off. Now, going into this year, I sat down with Anna and we put together a better game plan. So like I told her, I was like, listen, what I wanted to do last year, I'm going to do this year. And so we went ahead and I told her March 12th, I know it's your birthday, but I have to do this. And she's like, she's fine with it. And the best birthday present I gave her was first place in my class. So she got a nice little weird trophy that LJ likes to swing around the house more than she does. And she got to see her husband in a sexy little man singlet lifting a bunch of heavy weights and stuff. So
can we cut that like that?
I actually want to ask for some video of that so I can put it on here.
Well, with all that said, I have. So while we were sitting here listening, I was kind of doing the math in my head and stuff. So 16 weeks out from a March competition is like December. So you're getting through the holidays and everything without any of the good shit that we all enjoy for the holidays. Like that in itself is a testament to your commitment to what you're doing.
Yeah, and there's a point where I thought it would be harder and more challenging than what it was, and then I just realized, like, name of my sex tape.
Too hard, too fast.
Yeah, it was, and so like initially I thought it'd be more challenging, but like it's just one of those things where like life just comes at you. You stay busy. And that's the one thing, you just keep yourself preoccupied with other things around you. And then by the time it's like, I typically have a beer around dinner time or like right when the kids are asleep, So I fulfill all my duties as a parent, a husband, and all that. And as a salesperson, powerlifting coach, or wannabe powerlifting coach at this point, but also like GNC salesperson and manager. And so I go to sit down, and the house is quiet, and I have the beer, and I'm like, I just don't really want this right now. I'm kind of tired. And then I'll just put it back in the fridge. I'll go back upstairs. Or I look at the beer, and I'm like, man, I'm really hungry right now. And the most convenient thing I have is a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and a protein shake, which really good combination if you ever want to try it yourself.
Ooh,
so
like,
I've learned
all
over
together
the
as one in one bowl, or
yeah, no, it's crazy. So like this one guy, Eric Carlson, he's a strongman. He just got through doing the strongman for the Arnold Expo back in March, And he was telling me as he was trying, his goal was to gain like 40 pounds. So he was already 300, 6'4", 300 pounds. He wanted to gain 40 more pounds to really make sure he had enough strength behind him and enough energy to lift the weights he wanted to lift. And so he would tell me about these tricks he would do. So like his favorite trick was getting a box of cereal and then getting like a flavored protein mix and mixing them together. And so he wouldn't stop eating the cereal until he was done with the protein he had poured. And so, yeah, it was pretty stupid. When I heard I was
like, this is how I'm gonna get healthy again.
Right, I can eat a box of cereal.
Yeah, and there's a point like where like you have to draw the line between like there's the health aspect and there's the performance aspect, and trying to make them merge into one. And if you're doing it for a small period of time and being very conservative about how you approach your nutrition, like it's not that big of a deal to have a box of cereal because your body's going to burn the carbohydrates and the sugars from what you're taking in later on for your next lift. And it's just replenishment now for performance later type of situation. And if you're especially trying to gain weight, it's always about making sure you're eating as many calories as you're burning. And with strongman and powerlifting, it's very caloric in enhancing or burning without you thinking about, because you're exerting a lot of extra energy and force through one movement, and your body is trashed because it's gone to its peak limit. So, but you can do to replenish it. If it takes a box of cereal, then do it. But the trick is that it's not the cereal; it's also the protein that helps with recovery. So, like the cereal he was using at the time was Fruity Pebbles, and they have a Fruity Pebbles flavored protein. I don't know if you've seen this in your local HEB, but Diamondized Nutrition, excuse me, has a partnership with Post Cereal, and they literally put the Fruity Pebbles convection inside of the protein. And so what he would do is just two scoops of protein with 8 ounces of almond milk, shake it up, or whole milk because he's not lactose intolerant like me, but he would shake it up and then just pour it over his cereal. And then as long as his protein still left in the shaker cup, he would keep on pouring the cereal, keep on pouring the protein until he's done. And it makes sense in a bigger picture because you don't want dieting or meeting nutritional requirements to feel like a burden. And that's where people get like really off the rails when it comes to their goals. It's like they have to go through these same regimens each day and they become tiresome, and there's only so much dehydrated chicken and blown up fish I can eat and
white rice,
broccoli and asparagus. Yeah, broccoli and asparagus. That shit sucks sometimes. Like as much as I do it, I still hate it sometimes.
I think at that point, the only thing he was doing wrong is that he wasn't mixing in the Flintstones vitamins.
Oh, he did this for breakfast. That was breakfast. I forgot to tell you.
Like talking about that, I've tried to get a little healthier. I think COVID has kind of taught us all, like, maybe we need to focus on our health a little bit more. So,
you mean cereal and peanut butter is not healthy? Because that's what I do.
Well, that's
and I don't stop pouring the cereal until I finish the peanut butter. Dude, I do that.
I thought you were talking about just a spoonful of peanut butter dipped in the cereal and you're eating it, just going from there. I've always kind of, what, do you want to say hi? Okay, somebody else wants to say hi. You say hi.
Hey.
Okay.
Which is 100%. This is 100% thing. A thing that I do is I put at least 3 scoops of peanut butter in my cereal. I can't eat cereal without some peanut butter in it.
Well, what I started doing was in the mornings, like I was just drinking a ton of coffee, and it's the Black Rifle double caffeinated coffee every morning.
Yeah.
And I started, in the first thing in the morning, instead of getting a cup of coffee for driving to work, I started doing a smoothie with a scoop of banana protein powder with frozen fruit and a little bit of apple juice. And I'd do that on my drive to work, have a couple of cup mugs of coffee at work, and then before lunch, I would have a strawberry banana smoothie at the office. And I found like my energy level was better. I wasn't as hungry for lunch, where I'm like, man, I'm gonna get that triple meat Whataburger and be miserable the rest of the day. Yeah. Like I'd go to HEB and get one of their salads and have that for lunch, and then mid-afternoon I'd make another smoothie and then come home for dinner and be good. But even that got kind of monotonous in the routine, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes a lot of willpower just to try to keep up with that. So, you know, props to you, Lathan, on yeah, I mean that's some hard shit to do.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, it's consistency is always the one big thing. Is that you can't, as long as you stay consistent on making sure you're like, for me, it's bigger than just your nutrition. So I tell people all the time, the one thing I want to stay consistent on is making sure I just meet my goals that I require for myself. Because not everybody's perfect. I'll tell you, on Friday nights, I'm going to Mighty Fine. I'm getting me a classic with some pepper jack cheese, some bacon, fried avocado, and then I'm getting some chili cheese fries.
Did you say fried avocado?
Fried avocado. Brother, they showed this to me the other day, and it's been messing up my life ever since. It's good.
Oh, it's real good. That sounds awesome. That's like,
well, yeah. Have you ever seen The Rock?
Now.
Have you ever seen The Rock's cheat day shit? Like it's insane.
It's ridiculous. Oh my god!
When he posts that, every time I see those posts, I'm like, I either want to get so fit where I can do that, or I want to get so fat where I don't care and I just do that.
Either just want to do that in regular time or get so fit that
I can't do that right now because I still feel like, you know, I still want to be healthy, but I'm not healthy enough to do it.
That's when you start a podcast called Too Fit or Too Fat. Don't know which one I want.
Hey, and it can still Dude, man. So speaking of vitamins, man, I wanted to ask you about the vitamins you take, because this is what I do. I take, and I kind of promised myself I wasn't gonna plug it on the podcast until I had the guy on, and I've had him. I've been in talks with him, and I would love for him. I almost had him on, but then dates didn't work out. I take Total Human from On It, and I feel like that's like pretty badass. Like I love On It. Like I do the workouts. I have their kettlebells. And I was supposed to have John Wolf on here at some point, and then dates just kind of like messed up. But I'm a big fan of the Total Human. Like ever since I started taking it.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Arthur, for that.
So cut on that one.
Ever since I started taking
freaking oak tree is in bloom out front. My car is covered in goddamn oak.
Dude, allergies are crazy right now. Dude, that's why I'm like,
it is
the whole time.
Yeah, but you know, George, I'll tell you, Lathan is my go-to for anytime I want to start a new vitamin or anything. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Because I mean, he is one of the most knowledgeable men I know whenever it comes. I mean, obviously you look at him. When it comes to health and fitness.
That's why nice sound.
That's a 7-month-old beer there.
Because, you know, when I was like, you can't tell from right now, but I used to like work out hardcore, and then I used to do like the protein, I used to do the pre-workout, and then I learned better and like something better to do for working out beforehand or pre-workouts. But I used to work out all the time, and I got pretty fit, you know, nowhere near you, Lathan. But do we need to pause?
Stop.
Can we pause?
Keep going.
No.
Right? He's just kind of bowing up on that. Like,
I would say because you were looking off like you need to go take care of something. So I was like,
Oh no,
oh.
it was my wife distracted, messing with me.
She's listening
it's just
to the
Anna.
compliment.
It's just Anna sitting there going, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, that's exactly actually how that's going.
No, so working out and doing all that, like I got into researching some of the protein I was taking. I was like, oh, this is shit. Like some of this stuff is bad.
Yeah.
And then there was
yeah.
actually good stuff. Like there was some good stuff you can take. So now that I'm trying to get back into it, or at least just trying to get into like a healthier, like I'm not trying to be as big as I got, but I'm trying to be a lot healthier than I am.
For sure.
So when I got the Total Human, I did a lot of research, and I was like, John Wolf is very respected. He knows his stuff. His stretches like have helped my lower back so much that and also my friend Edwin, and shout out to him. He's been on here. Dr. Edwin Serrano. They help my fucking back, and I don't have back problems anymore because of everything I started doing. But now I just gonna keep it up and get better. But Total Human, I looked it up. It looks great. I can't find anything still that's like bad or that's like.
I can. That's fucking price. Oh my god.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. The price is a little pricier. It's a little on the heavy side, but.
I mean, you get what you pay for. So that's the one thing I do like about Honor products. Like, listen, it may be a little extra pinch in your pocket, but like you are gonna get more quality product that you're looking for, like specific nutrients or phytonutrients that they're gonna pull and extract from herbs and mushrooms, and the way that they want to do it more specifically to give you the best bang for your buck. So I get it.
Yeah, and that's what they see you. Hello. Yes. Okay. Go to bed. So uncomfortable. I think that's always the balance to try to find, is because I know a lot of times, like I'll ask Lathan, hey, what do you think about this vitamin? And he'll say, well, it's good, but take a fish oil with it because it's going to help with absorption. So, stuff like that. And I'll the biggest thing I can give credit for helping, like with my knee when I had my ACL redone and back and stuff, and just being a bigger guy, was that DDP yoga that Allison and I started, and we haven't done it in a while just because it's hard to find time with the little one and everything. And I mean that to me was something fantastic because you incorporate a whole lot of things into it. And I mean, even down to like within the first 2 weeks of doing it, like I slept better. I woke up more awake. I woke up and felt more awake instead of dreading getting out of bed every day. So, again, Lathan is my go-to for like, oh, what do you think about this? Well, you need to combine it with this to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck, but finding that middle ground on that price, because some of that shit is it's not, there's no way to sustain.
And the reason, like, the reason that I was thinking of this, because you mentioned like the coffee, and ever since I started taking this, if I take it on the regular, which usually I do, unless I'm running late or I forget or whatever, for the most part, like I'll still make my coffee because I like the taste of it. I like the taste of it when like I'm eating breakfast or something, but it's no longer like I need it. I need that caffeine. Yeah. So it's more like the vitamins, I guess, take effect, and I'm like, boom. But I'll tell you this, you definitely have to, and they tell you, like, eat it after or with something in your stomach, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so, funny story, went to Cincinnati to visit my brother, and I was flying back the night before. I was supposed to fly back. There was like a big snow day, and it was right after the Bengals won their first Super Bowl. And sorry,
So that would have been 1980.
Yeah.
No, they haven't won a Super Bowl.
I meant, hey, too hard, too fast. Tito's, we don't check fast. No, when they won the playoff, the first playoff in like 30 years or whatever. So then we watched the Cowboys play, and we don't know how they turned out, and everybody was angry for a while. But then Cincinnati, it started snowing, and we're outside, getting all crazy or whatever. But I needed to fly out. So after we partied, I needed to fly out. Woke up, just routine. Took the vitamins, thinking that I was gonna eat at the airport. So we're running late at the airport. I didn't eat at the airport, so I'm hungover. I took those vitamins that you need to take with food, and then I'm on the plane going like this. We need to take off. We need to take off.
Yeah.
The seatbelt needs to turn off so I can run to the restroom. And I'm telling my wife the whole time, like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I don't feel good. I'm not doing well.
There's some turbulence.
Yeah,
There's some turbulence.
Yeah,
there's some turbulence in my belly.
I'm either gonna puke here, and we're gonna get kicked off this plane. But as soon as that airplane seat, the seatbelt went off, I was like, I'm good, and I start to go, but I think this lady next to me, right in the same aisle, she was taking the same thing, and she beat me to it, and I'm just there going, yeah.
That's your first.
What's that?
Yeah, that's your first mistake.
Yeah.
Is look, if you're just got a flight home to worry about. Well, yeah, you got to throw the elbow, you got to hip check. But the first mistake was you took the vitamin instead of just drinking some more, and you would have been fine.
Well, my plan was like I was gonna eat like a meal at the airport, but we didn't. We ran out of time. But as soon as that lady came in, I went straight to the restroom and just all this like once those vitamins mix, it's like black tar just coming out of your mouth.
Oh God.
And I get back into my seat. I'm like, I feel a whole lot better.
I just wasted $20 out of the pill bottle.
But I'm a fan. I like that. That's what I do. Makes me feel better, and I should work out with them, but I need to get better with that.
Hey, one day at a time, brother. It's okay. As long as 90% of it's all about nutrition and what you choose to put in your body. So that's all it is. So the 10% is working out.
And then long-winded question, because I asked the question before we just completely went off the rails. I was like, what kind of vitamins are you taking?
Too hard, too fast.
Who cares what that fat guy on this corner of the screen is taking? Let's listen to the one that's working out.
Yeah, he's just going to throw him up anyways without running over old women. So we care about what he's taking. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. As far as
obviously what he's taking is not the best to throw up with.
No. Or if you want to spin it, Art, it's really great to get over a hangover. Clearly, especially when you're in an airplane.
Yeah,
because it'll great when he came out.
How to pump your stomach.
It's really good if you're on an airplane and you want to have an exorcist moment in the bathroom.
Yep.
Get behind me, Satan.
I rebuke you.
Oh shit. All right. Hey, I got to pee now. Y'all got me going.
Then we just took
really fucked up.
What? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just took like a restroom break. This podcast has gone on long enough to where we needed a restroom break. Lathan never answered his vitamin question, and at this point, we're just gonna move on because you know what? We're not here in the business of giving away secrets, and Lathan is a competitive power lifter.
Wait.
I will be transparent. I'll be very brief. vitamin D, just general multivitamin, protein, NAC, creatine,
Flintstone.
sleep, Flintstone multivitamin because I love John Cena also, and then that's about it. I take electrolyte tablets and then a carb powder. If I need to, I'll have a couple of protein shakes to fulfill my macronutrient needs for the day. And thanks to my doctor, a little extra TRT, and that's about it. Nothing special.
God damn, that dude just went to nothing special and then labeled off so many damn things he had to start counting on his toes.
You know, half of it sounded like he was like giving names of 1080p and HD 4K.
Hey, notice I
1080p,
had to
the
look
PS5. I got the XR22. I got the.
Oh shit! I don't even think about it nowadays. It was funny because I had to look over at the cabinet while I'm sitting here talking about it. I'm like, what do I take? Because like I don't know. I take what I take for my general health and make sure that everything balances out as I become husky and voluptuous. So
hey, don't hate on us. Don't.
Absolutely not.
Listen, I'm just gonna have a little more vitamin V. Okay.
There you go.
I need a refill.
I got my vitamin B, some brewer sheets right here. So we got everything we need.
George is going to have a little bit of more vitamin V with an R attached to it.
And then a little bit of a heart attack.
Oh, that sounds so delicious.
I can't the only energy drink that I will have, and it's every once in a while, is the Java Monster, the Monster Java.
I feel like
it tastes like coffee.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay, I do the sugar free because I think it's good enough, but it's not. But Monster, dude, I can't do Monster. It just like it makes me feel like a lot more lethargic. Like it makes me slower.
The Java, is good.
Dude, okay, so you should try the Black Rifle coffee that they have.
I prefer that, but every time I go to the Black Rifle coffee site, it's always sold out.
Go to HEB. Have an HEB.
Oh shit!
I think I have one every morning. Like it's either the mocha or the vanilla flavor, but they're really good.
Yeah, those are really, really good, and I prefer those, but I can't order them from the site. Lathan, can I put you in my phone and list you as Black Woman?
Oh, fuck. You haven't already?
I mean, you had more years of swim lessons than I did. Shit.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, that's an honor in itself. Listen, if Stan Lee was still alive, we would pitch that superhero to him real quick.
Done.
Hey, this poster right here, signed by Stan Lee.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Got the super lucky to meet him. Shook his hand like this. Can I shake your hand, sir?
Excelsior! And then he just like puts out his old wrinkly hand and just like shakes it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, my whole wall over here is all comic books. Lathan, you'll see it when you come over for WrestleMania.
Oh, it looks like in the background you have some adages on that the TV stand back there too. Something's lighting up in the background that I haven't seen before.
That's the I completely redid. That's the Infinity Gauntlet and a lightsaber above it that I built at Galaxy's Edge at Disney World last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was that, by the way?
Yeah, it was awesome. And if you go to my YouTube channel, The Rowdy Texan Abroad, I have the whole video from building the lightsaber and talking about it and everything.
Lathan, we were supposed to talk about powerlifting and we went completely off the rails. So I would love for you to come back.
Too hard.
And we actually talk about powerlifting. But I think now Arthur is leaning towards a very special question. Do the honors.
All right. So, Lathan, I'm going to tell the story set it up.
Okay.
Let you finish it. So Lathan's wedding reception. We go to this nice hotel in Austin. And what was the hotel that we went to?
Oh man, I don't even remember. I know it was right next to P. Terry's. I remember that much. Like P. Terry's was like a block down the street because I had one of my groomsmen after the reception go get me 2 double meat cheeseburgers and a large fry and a milkshake because I was drunk and hungry. And my wife was passed out. So I'll give the spoil.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, my wife passed out, but on my wedding night. But I'll let Art finish the intro.
So we're at the reception in this hall of the hotel. And there's a bar set up, and so we're all buying beer, drinking, and everything. And so they do last call, call to buy beer. So and there wasn't a whole lot of us left in the hall, and so everybody goes up and buys all of the beer, everything they have left. We buy it all, and we put it all in the middle of one table. And so we start drinking, and I don't know who started it, but the DJ started playing wrestler entrance music. Like, we are going through like Shawn Michaels, we're going through D-Generation X, we are going through the NWO Wolfpack. We are just going through
all the classics, the 90s nostalgic classics of the Attitude Era.
And everybody's somehow we are all out on the dance floor, just doing the.
Yeah. I gotta find.
Well, we've got one table full of beer. We're all just drinking off of it. Everybody just walking up, opening beers and stuff. Greatest wedding reception I've ever been to.
You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Oh my God. So that I will say that was mostly funded by the Palacios and the Cabreras side of my family. Shout out to all my in-laws because they know how to drink and put them back. Like there was it's funny. There was a litmus test, I like to call it. One of the uncles passed away in Laredo, so we had to make the trip to Laredo for the funeral in the middle of the summer, and like literally for every occasion, from the wake to the dinner, and like just getting together at like the uncle's house, everybody was drinking. All the men were drinking, so you had to pick up a beer. And so that was my litmus test to let them know that I was okay to be a part of this family. I'm not going to turn away a beer. I'll be okay. And I hold my own with the best of them. And they definitely put that to the test that night. Oh my God. Yeah. Because Art, when I heard last call, I just know there was a table of my wife's cousins that cleared. Like they were there, and then I looked over again and they were gone. And there was a group of them over there getting all the rest of the beers.
Yeah, no, I was with them. I was with them, and I told Allison, I was like, "Oh shit, they're buying all the beer that's left. I'm going to go up and buy it too." So yeah,
you felt like you were back in high school again,
right? It's like prom.
And I don't know who decided that like they could buy bottles of champagne, but apparently there was like 2 or 3 bottles of champagne that were going through there as well. And like it was a clusterfuck of what's going on and how did we get here.
It was awesome. And I will say, even Anna, Lathan's wife, was out there. Like all these wrestler themes are playing, and like she's out there too. Like she's getting it.
She was
like
Shawn Michaels flex. She was like just flexing. I was like, oh wow. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember seeing her like in her wedding dress. She's doing the line down and like the pull up and stuff.
I was like, yeah, this is a great ass wedding, and this is my wedding. This is awesome. And literally, everybody cleared out, and by the time we got back up, she had just enough energy to take off the wedding dress and go to fuck to sleep.
And you're standing there like, well, happy
no,
wedding
I
night.
was. As a matter of fact, I was. This is clearly out of irony, but I was sitting there with my cheeseburgers and my fries. I was sitting there flipping through the TV because she had a lot more to drink than I did. Like I was kind of just like, hey, thanks for coming, shaking hands, having a good time, and I don't know how she ended up like 2 or 3 extra glasses of champagne and a beer in her hand. But when she's with her family, she has a lot of fun, and yeah, like I ended up sitting there eating my cheeseburgers and watching Tyler Perry's "Why Did I Get Married" on TBS.
I was jealous because at my wedding, like at the wedding reception, I think I may have drank like 2 beers because they're constantly pulling you like, oh, hey, it's time to go do this dance. Oh, it's time to do this. Oh, we got to cut the cake. And I would open a beer and I would take a drink and, oh, okay. And I'd put it down and then go do something, come back, and my beer's gone.
Yeah.
Like, so I think I drank like 2 beers. So we got back to the hotel and a bunch of my friends who were staying in the hotel with us were like, hey, we're downstairs playing pool and drinking. Y'all come down. And I looked at my wife and I'm like, hey, do you want to go downstairs and, hang out and stuff? And, one thing led to another and we ended up not doing that. But I was like, I only had like 2 beers at the end of the
man. I'm
right,
really
George,
sober for a drunk situation.
Well, with that said, I think next time, Lathan, that you come on, we'll actually talk about powerlifting.
Here's my synopsis about powerlifting real quick.
Yeah.
Pick up heavy things until they feel light. They just pick up heavier things after that. There you go.
It's like Cliff's Notes.
Yeah.
that's where I got to the vodka drinking. I was like, I started picking up 12 ounces, then I went to 16 ounces, 24, then it was like 40.
That's cool to these bad boys. These are years of illegal drinking and fields many a time. 12-ounce beer curls right here, baby.
There you go. There you go. Hey, once again, I've enjoyed going Too Hard Too Fast. I hope whoever's listening, they enjoyed this. I had fun. I don't give a shit if you had fun. No, I'm just kidding. But
I mean,
I had a great time.
Have fun.
No, I didn't mean you guys. I meant whoever's still listening.
Oh, okay, yeah, fuck those guys.
I'm kidding. Cut that all out. Sober George, cut all of that out. No, I had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time. Lathan, you're always welcome on here forever now. And on whatever you're doing, you're always going to get promoted on this podcast. Whatever I see, I'm going to put it up there. And then for being on, you get 2 koozies. It's not much, but you get a blue and a black one. And then Arthur, I think you still need yours. So
right? This is my third time being on here. Oh, are we not talking about that on this?
Okay, so George, I'll name drop him. So where
I'll cut it out if you want me to.
No, we can talk about it. He's cool. He's totally cool.
Blast him.
So the one highlight of my job is that I have ventured into the area of where the Undertaker resides. And so I'll catch him like randomly going to like a post office, or I'll catch his wife going to HEB. And I'm like, oh, hey, like it's just, they're people to me now. But the first time he walked in, but the first time he walked into my store, and I was like, okay, you're 36 years old. Try not to act like you're 14 again.
He can't help it.
It's just I'm like, dude, it's just the Undertaker. Like, these are the internal thoughts I have. It's just the Undertaker. like, be professional because he's coming in to buy supplements. And then as soon as he came in, and he was like, "So, you watch wrestling?" And I was like, "Okay, 14-year-old, activate." And
yes,
man, yeah. Oh, do I watch wrestling, sir? I can remember my first match I watched. It was this Tuesday in Texas. I was on my grandpa's lap. He tombstoned Terry Bollea onto a chair, a shitty one, but you tombstoned him. And Ric Flair pushed the chair into the ring. And from there on, you freaked the shit out of me for like the better part of like 10 years.
Why'd you use that man's government name?
Because it's the one that came to me just automatically.
Terry Bollea.
Do I watch wrestling?
Yeah. Oh man.
I want you to tombstone me right now, please.
And the receipt. You're handing the receipt.
Oh man. He's such a cool guy. Oh dude, Arthur, I didn't tell you about this. So OJ met him. And so So I was at work one day. I just went up there to do deposits real quick. It was one of my days off. I had OJ with me. And we just happened to pull up at the same time. And he's sitting in his truck doing some things on it, like his laptop and stuff, and personal work. And I pull LJ out the car, and he sees me. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Hey, Mark, how you doing?" And like Mark. LJ sees me. Like,
yeah, I know. It's like, dang.
Yeah, I keep it kayfabe with him. That's a full shoot, brother. But yeah, I was like, and LJ looks at me like, "Is that the Undertaker?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's him. Like that's what he does." And so he starts to act all shy. He's like, I think he's like 3 or 4 at this time. But I go into the store, and Undertaker walks out to go to the post office that's next door to my store. And I'm still talking to the employee that's working there, talking about some things that happened. And they're in the window playing with each other, like messing around. And so I'm like, "All right, let's go." And so they go outside, and we start talking. And he's like, "Hey, is this your boy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's OJ." And OJ's being all shy and saying hi. And
that would be me,
like
being all shy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is how I feel. This is the visual of how I felt when he first came into the store. I'm like, I felt like a 4-year-old boy again. And so so like they had a little conversation, and I know there was a part of the conversation which I'm mad about now. I should have got it. That Undertaker was waiting to take a picture. Like you can feel like his mannerisms were like waiting for me to ask to take a picture with LJ. And he didn't ask, and I didn't offer, or he didn't offer, I didn't ask. And so we got in the car, and I was like, "All right, Mark, I'll see you later. Have a good day." And as soon as I put LJ in his car seat, he's like, "Dad, I should have asked for a picture." I'm like, "You son of a bitch." Yes, you should have asked for a picture. And so a couple of days later, he went and got he went to Walmart. He did good at school for one of his show and tell projects. So I took him to Walmart, or I only took him to Walmart, and he got you remember the Undertaker's last ride for WrestleMania when he wrestled AJ Styles. So they had a bicycle, they had a motorcycle, and his gear come out for that specific WrestleMania, and LJ bought it, and then took a picture where he's like, eyes rolled back in his head, holding the motorcycle and stuff. And so the next time I saw Mark a couple of weeks ago after that, I showed it to him, and he was like, "That kid's being raised the right way." And I was like, "See, this is how I know I'm a good dad."
Yeah,
that's a seal of approval right there.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm sitting here being like, "Damn it, I wish I was your son."
Oh man, I don't know what I heard. I'm kind of drunk right now.
Wait, what?
I said, I don't know what I heard. I'm kind of drunk right now. So.
This man hasn't had a drink in 7 months, and he had 2 beers.
Oh,
I'm glad to hear that.
My liver is appreciating. Yeah, I'm a cheap drunk right now. So.
And with that said, we've gone too hard, too fast with Lathan.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Give me one.
Okay.
Let's do a toast to
Wait, hold on. Wait. Don't pause. I'm
You
still
know
here.
what? We're doing a toast. I'll do a shot to it. I'll do a half one.
Hot shot.
Half. Just I don't want to get crazy, but I want to get a little weird.
Only my soul.
We do a quick toast. All of us being wrestling fans from back in the day. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.
Ooh,
Too sweet.
Yep.
dude, my son does that move now.
Mm.
Scott Hall, baby. Razor Ramon.
Man. Oh, what a sad
Rest
day.
in peace.
Oh, the bad guy. Say goodbye to the bad guy.
Another one for the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, I will say his Hall of Fame speech, like the way it ended, like I bought a T-shirt that has a big razor on it, and it says, "Bad times don't last, but bad guys do."
That's right.
Like, just
The only reason I would get toothpicks from restaurants was so I can like walk out with it and then look at my little brother and go, just stuck in his eye. Ah!
it's not funny anymore.
Well, I wanted to name LJ originally Scott because my last name's Hall, obviously. So I was like, you can name him Scott. Like, I wanted to be named Scott Hall when I was a kid because the motherfucker was cool on my TV. And Anna was like, a hard no. We cannot name him Scott.
Dude, that would have been so freaking cool.
I don't know how to take that because like that is the coolest thing I've ever heard. But I'm also mad because I never put those two together to tell you, like, dude, you should name him Scott.
Well,
like, I think I'm more
listen,
mad at myself than anything right now.
I think at this point you should just call him Scott. Against his will.
You'll learn to love it. You shut up and just take it.
It's the new world order.
Look, anytime you walk into a room, you have to do the
yeah. And then when you go start talking, you have to start everything with, hey, yo. Oh, that'd be so awesome. Oh, dude, that kid is awesome. Let me tell you. It's I get to live a second childhood through him. And he watches wrestling. The crazy thing is so the last 2 days, he's been like dealing with 101, 102 degree fevers and stuff throughout the night. And somehow, just like every other morning, he'll wake up and be like, hey, when you wake up, let's wrestle. And that's the thing he wants to do. Is he'll wake up and want to wrestle. And I'm like, all right, I give you 5 minutes because I'm pissed off that you woke me up a little bit earlier than I wanted to. Respectfully.
Yes.
But
my son,
that's just
as I'm trying to go to bed, he's doing like swanton bombs. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
I'm trying to go to bed. Like, chill out, man. It hurts.
Oh no. He woke me up one day with the Kofi boom drop. He was like, new day, and then like give me a double leg drop all of a sudden. I'm like, I was like, that was not what I planned to start my morning off with, but okay, this is what we're doing. All right, cool.
See, it's a little different having like a daughter, but we got a report from daycare a couple of weeks ago that there was a little boy in Mia's class that wouldn't leave her alone, and so she put him in a chokehold. Because he wouldn't leave her alone, and Mia's like, I kept telling him I didn't want to play. So yeah, they were like, your daughter put this boy in a chokehold. It's like,
I'm like, well,
really
what
okay
did the
with
boy
that?
do to get put in the chokehold in the first place?
Right? He wouldn't leave her alone.
And be like, next time is a choke slam.
That's right.
She hasn't. She hasn't done it since, so apparently he learned his lesson, right?
Yeah, exactly. Gotta stand your ground.
Oh shit!
And Arthur,
awesome.
can I end this podcast finally? because it's
Well, I
gonna
guess
be
so.
it's gonna be so hard to fucking edit it.
I guess if we have to. Damn it.
I had a
I
great
mean-
time, Lathan. Like I said, you're welcome. We need to have you back on because I feel like we didn't talk about anything that we should have talked about.
It happens.
It happens, and when you go too hard, too fast, this is what we do.
That's it.
But dare to be you, dare to be weird, Lathan. Once again, thank you very much. Bye.
There you go.
Hasta luego.